Hi, welcome to this week's Fundraising Friday. This week, we're talking about virtual meetings and how you can make virtual interactions the best that they can be. We certainly have had a lot of virtual meetings over the last 2 to 3 years, and we've seen their pitfalls and their advantages. And it'll be interesting to see if they're here to stay. And while most people would prefer the face-to-face interaction, I believe, for an awful lot of people, the convenience just can't be overlooked. So, what are some of the things that you can do to make the most of your virtual meetings and to continue to develop relationships with the people for whom you're meeting virtually? First thing you want to do is try to have face-to-face meetings as much as you can. I know it's really convenient to sit behind your computer and, jump onto a meeting right when it's time to start, but that's not always the best thing for a relationship. If that can't happen, then you want to make sure you leave time in your meetings to get to know the people individually. Have some small talk, some chit chat. That's what we're missing from those face-to-face meetings, or when you get there early and you talk about the weather, or how are your kids, or gee, this is really cool what I see, in your office or whatever. Make sure you do that even in the virtual environment. Third, have those meetings with cameras on. It's too easy to hide when you have your camera off. And so, especially if you're meeting with someone who you don't have a really strong relationship, keep the cameras on. It'll keep you engaged and it'll keep them engaged. Fourth, when you do have a virtual meeting, make sure that you are having nonverbal communication. Look into the camera, smile when you're talking to people, and talk to them personally as opposed to just looking like you're talking to a camera. Finally, make sure you're asking questions, both professional questions and personal questions, so you can get to know the person beyond the business that you're conducting. And obviously, you're going to conduct some business. But if you take the time to build your relationship virtually, it can happen. And you can have a very satisfying relationship, even if you never do meet face to face. That's this week's Fundraising Friday tip. Thanks. Have a great weekend.